Hey there, everybody, and welcome to a another episode of Dan and Frankie and Liam Go to Hollywood, where
Man.
we are continuing our Sylvester Stallone series of the Rocky films. And after the cinematic masterpiece that was Rocky 3, we're now getting into Rocky 4. Is it also a cinematic masterpiece? You may be asking, why is my name Paulie's Sex Robot? We're going to get into all of that stuff, but first of all, my name is not actually Paulie's Sex Robot. My name is Dan.
And I'm Frankie.
And I'm Liam.
You are, absolutely. But yeah, look, before we get into this, how's everybody doing? Liam, you're the guest of honor. How are you? How's things over in the UK at 11:47 at night?
Yeah, I mean, it's cold, dark. It's winter here. So, it's
Oh,
perfect movie watching
Mm.
conditions.
oh, I'm so jelly. So jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the build up to summer treated you guys?
You can probably see my hair is wet. Like I've that's I have not washed my hair. I am sweating.
We've had summer storms a bit early this
hmm.
year, and then we've had a number of ones with giant hail. So, not thankfully in my suburb, so I haven't had any damage. But yeah, there's been lots of car damage and house damage and stuff from giant hail.
And
So,
robot
yay.
butler damage. I imagine a few of those would have taken some hits. So, yeah, anyway.
Mm. Why aren't they? Yeah, we can get into that later, but
Oh, I
why
can't
aren't
wait,
they
man.
more popular?
I don't know. That
You
anyway,
know
yep, yep.
what? I actually thought there would be more of the robot in the movie just based on how much you just have kept going on and on about it.
I
But
look
do
if
you
I
not think there was already too much?
I know, but I
no.
thought there would be more just,
Can you
Okay.
imagine
but
for a
obviously it just
moment?
made such an impression on you.
Can you imagine for
Yeah.
one moment if if when what's his name, Dolph Drago is like, why
Mm.
has he got a Schwarzenegger
I
accent?
was just gonna say.
He's
My name is Ivan Drago. I'm from Russia, which is actually more accurate than Brigitte Nielsen's accent, but we'll get into that. Yeah, like if when Apollo's like getting the absolute beatdown of the century, if the robot then just like came in and was like, "I've got this, motherfucker," and then just like started fighting Drago. Oh man. Okay, fan fiction is coming your way because yeah. Oh, can you imagine how many fan fiction stories we can write about the robot? I'd say at least one.
I'm actively trying not to.
Yeah. But
You
anyway,
know what? When I think of the robot, my mind just goes to a nicer place, which is the Jetsons, because,
it
a robot doesn't have to be weird.
doesn't have
But
to
the
be.
movie makes it weird.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. And how
Yeah,
much
that's what I
more
mean.
enjoyable is it when
Yeah.
it's weird? Yeah. But yeah, look, anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves here
Yeah.
because we're just so excited. I didn't actually think I was going to be this excited to talk about Rocky
Mm.
4, but yeah, here we
Also,
are.
excuse my green sheet in the background. Um, as I mentioned in the last episode that may or may not be out before this one,
Yeah.
my cat had surgery and had his leg amputated, and he likes to sit on my record player, so I have to keep
Oh,
it covered so he doesn't attempt to jump
and
while he's recovering.
when he sits on it, do you turn it on and watch him spin around and around and around?
Doesn't sit directly on it, obviously.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
that's
don't
where
want
my
to damage
mind
it.
went. Like,
I have a
that's
cover
Well,
on it.
I thought the
what?
green sheet was just ready for some sort of special effects where you're gonna
Yeah, yeah,
put
Well,
yeah,
some sort of
actually,
green
exactly.
screen
that's
behind you.
that's why it's handy because when we did our awards show, I used it
Mm,
to have the fancy background. So I
hmm.
Very
was
nice.
actually thinking, oh, maybe I should try and get some, if I could get some kind of image to appear on it while it's there, just to make it look a
Yeah.
bit more interesting. But I didn't have time to
Well, you do realize
to try
that
and do anything.
when I'm rendering this episode, like I can do something. I can put whatever you want in that space. Oh yeah, you're getting a
Like a
robot
robot, maybe?
butler. Yes, 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 exactly. Yeah, that's got to happen. I think we should each have one in the background of our screens here. But anyway,
I kind of want one.
um, yeah, what? Anyway, I love how like we're supposed to be like having our little sort of pre-game catch up. What have we been watching? That's and all we're talking about is the robot. So
Oh, you're
yeah,
talking about.
Excuse me, I believe Liam is engaging in
Yeah, I'm
his.
also, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but you keep starting it too. Okay, can we just talk about other movies for a second?
Yes, let's talk about other movies.
yeah.
Frankie, what have you what has graced your eyeballs lately?
I have only just started getting back into actually being able to watch movies, and I
Oh,
don't have I only have one that I think is probably a really good one to talk about. But
mm,
I did watch The Unholy Rollers from 1972, which is a fun roller derby movie,
okay.
which a lot of people talk about it's like cult actress in it. He was a Playboy. She was like the
Just immediately Dan's
uh
attention. You said that, and Dan just like pivoted, like, right, I'm laser focused
um
in.
I'm listening.
like Claudia Jennings, but she's really
I
good
don't
in
know
it.
her.
And then I looked her
Let
up
me Google her.
afterwards.
Yeah, let me look her up.
Yeah, well, then you'll be sad like I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Um,
because she died in a car accident when she was 29. So
oh,
she's not in a lot of movies. This
yeah.
movie was,
Oh, wow.
yeah, but she was really
Yeah.
cool in it. But that was really fun. She's just
Huh.
like a really angry person. And then she gets into roller derby,
Mm,
becomes like a sort of star of the team, and it kind of, goes to her head. And she
right,
thinks
right.
she's amazing. And yeah, so that was just a fun afternoon movie.
So, what
Hmm.
led you to watch that? Was it like part of a project that you're doing, or just
No,
Was the Gweez in it?
no, no, this was from
I
1972.
know.
Um, I think I think someone on Letterboxd maybe watched it, and
okay?
it's on Amazon Prime, I think it was. So I think I just had it in my list, and I just saw it when I went online and thought, I'll just watch this. I like roller derby. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough.
I watched a couple of 2025 movies, old ones, because I'm not going to the cinema at the moment. And I watched Drop and Novocaine. So
Hmm.
Novocaine just came to streaming, so I'm glad I didn't almost rent it recently to watch it.
Mm.
I haven't seen that yet. Is it good?
It's pretty fun. It's not
Okay.
amazing, but it's yeah, it's got
It's a good time.
yeah, Jack Quaid's good in it. It's pretty much him. Actually, most of the film is him. So
So, is it like one of those
it's fun.
movies where it's sort of testing the waters? Can he carry a movie?
I don't know, is it? I'm just trying to think because I've he's been because he was in Companion as well this year,
Mm.
Yeah.
and
But
I
was he
haven't
like the
seen a
lead,
lot.
or
He
was it more, what's her face? The woman in that was more the
well,
lead.
yeah, she was the lead, Sophie Thatcher,
Hmm.
but he was sort of the main antagonist for her,
Yeah.
so he kind of is like the second lead, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this I think it worked really well. He's pretty good with comedic acting, I think, in
Yeah.
this, and also has Amber Midthunder and Ray Nicholson, which was amusing because my parents were down and I was like, "Hey Dad, Jack Nicholson's son's in this." And so he kept trying to like figure out who it was in the early
Yeah.
parts of the movie. But
Mm.
because I've only seen him in another movie, which I can't remember what it is, but at one stage the character just looks out and he's just like standing there staring at her. And so he looked really kind of Jack-like in that, whereas and he had long hair and in this it had short hair and was really like he'd been going to the gym and stuff. So yeah, it was quite different. But yeah, it was pretty
Okay.
fun. Um, Silly, of course, because it's that kind of movie. It's just a fun,
Yeah.
silly movie. Like he can't feel pain, and he's um, on this mission to get save his girl who's been kidnapped that he has a crush on. But yeah, it was fun. Drop was fun. That was also a bit like not a really super realistic movie, but fun
Yeah.
to watch. I feel like it's hard to talk about the things I really liked about it because spoilers.
I
But
think we spoke about it on one of the previous episodes, right? Because I think I'd seen it at the cinema, if I remember rightly.
maybe I don't know.
Possible.
I have a
We don't
bad
listen to
memory.
this podcast. What are you talking about?
But yeah, I mean, it was fine the whole way. It wasn't super exciting, but I
Yeah.
liked it. But I thought the last half hour was really good. Like when it started really building at the end, I thought that part was really good without saying stuff. It goes a bit too far at the end, but
Yeah.
in a way, it's similar to another movie that I won't mention for that reason. But that had the same thing where it was a bit over the top, but also it was a really fun movie. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the guy who's the lead, whose name I can't remember, but he was in It Ends With Us recently, and
Yeah.
I felt the same about him in this movie, where there's something about him that he seems really charming, and I feel like he's a good actor, but doesn't get the right parts to really act. I just
Okay.
I just didn't find him overly, like the character overly interesting in this, but he kind of has the charm. He's also playing like perfect date guy, so
Yeah.
um, you know, but yeah, there just wasn't overly much for him to do except be nice. So I want to see that guy in a movie, but really like
Like something that's gonna like test his acting chops.
yeah, and have like a fully, because in It Ends With Us, he was just like, oh, the nice guy that she should probably be with instead of the guy she's with now who's a jerk. And that was sort of the thing. So I want to see him have a character that has like lots of details to him and lots of
Hmm.
things to do. So
Fair
we'll
enough.
see. I'll just keep watching his movies and see, because I don't know, maybe he doesn't, and it's just because he's got that charm that it seems like he does.
Mm,
I'll see one day.
fair enough.
Hmm.
Well, Liam, how about you? What's been on your movie watching roster
What
lately?
has I went like a month without watching any movies, which isn't great. But then a week or so ago, I saw the new Running Man movie,
Oh, right.
directed by Edgar Wright.
Yeah, yeah. What'd you think of
Uh,
that?
it was decent, right?
Hmm.
But like I like Glenn Powell, and
Hmm.
it's he's good. I've read the book, and I haven't seen the Arnie adaptation, so I don't know how it compares to that.
Really?
But as yeah, it's on
Whoa,
my
whoa, whoa,
list of
whoa.
things to
Hang
get
on a
around
second.
to.
Hang on a second. Let's just focus on that. How have you not
Yeah.
seen The Running Man?
I haven't seen
That's
it either.
what am I doing
Okay,
here?
it's not just
What?
me then.
I actually have rented it because it was like a 99 cent rental. So
Oh,
I thought, okay, I'm gonna watch it. I was gonna watch it after, but then I didn't end up being able to get to the cinema to
oh,
see
it's
the new one.
such
Yeah.
an
Because I've
action
heard that it's
classic.
quite different from
Yeah.
the
Mm,
book. So it's obviously probably going to be quite different to the new movie as well.
wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That hurts my heart a little bit. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Do
So
you think are you an Edgar Wright fan? Like, are you
yeah.
a big
So
fan of
like
his work?
leading up to it, I watched Last Night in Soho because that was pretty much the only Edgar Wright movie I hadn't seen apart from that Sparks Brothers documentary he's done.
Yep.
Mm.
Um, and I know Frankie, you're a big fan of Last Night in Soho, and
That's an
I
understatement.
yeah, I'd heard like a lot of like the critical reception wasn't great to it, so I
Mm,
went in kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen here, and
mm,
I actually really enjoyed it. Like,
right.
and it feels like with Edgar Wright's latest movies, like the Cornetto trilogy was very much him kind of cementing his style that he
Mm,
established in Spaced.
hmm.
And then it felt like he's been experimenting with like Scott Pilgrim and Baby Driver and like tweaking elements of his style, like his
Yeah.
editing and like with Baby Driver, like editing to music, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And Last Night in Soho felt like it was a lot of him kind of experimenting with in-camera trickery,
Hmm.
which was fun to see.
Yep.
But with The Running Man, it doesn't have a Edgar Wright feel to it.
That was going to be
It
my
felt like,
next question. Yeah.
yeah, it felt like any director really could have
Okay.
directed it,
Right,
which was a
right.
little bit underwhelming because I wanted to
Yeah.
see Edgar Wright's take on it,
Yes. Yep.
and I didn't
I
feel
wonder
that
if
way.
he felt pressure for like Stephen King,
Hmm.
had to approve the script and everything, and whether he just
Hmm.
wanted to focus more on the story and maybe, I
Yeah.
don't know,
It could
um,
be, yeah,
maybe just tone down his own thing a bit.
Because I'm a
yeah,
massive fan of directors whose work, if you didn't see their name in the opening credits and you didn't know that they had made a particular film, if you watched it and you're like, oh, that's obviously by this person. I
Yeah.
love that. Like, I once did a list on my YouTube channel of like my top, I think it was 7 favorite directors. And you had people like Tarantino, Sam Raimi, Edgar Wright, a whole bunch of James Gunn. Like, there's all these people that you can that they have staples, and I've always loved that
Yeah.
about Edgar Wright is that, as particularly with that editing style, where you like, you know, in a sequence of events like those sort of smash zooms on things
Yeah.
like boom, 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 and so yeah, when Frankie and I went and saw Soho, like that was one thing I said was that as much as I loved the film and everything, like it was a little bit weird not having any of his kind of signature elements in
I
there.
don't
So
know. I maybe that's just because I apparently don't take in all these director things that a lot of other people do, but I don't know that there's many directors that I could watch a film not knowing it was them and just be
mm,
able to go, "Oh, that's this person's
right,
film."
right.
Unless
Yeah.
you're talking like David Lynch or someone like
Yeah.
Yeah,
with a
yeah, yeah.
really obvious kind of thing, but
No,
yeah, I don't know.
I've always been more of a fan of directors than actors. I like people say to me, "Oh, who's your favorite actor?" And I'm kind of like, "Oh shit, I don't know." Whereas, if someone says, "Who's your favorite director?" It's like, "Okay, how long have you got?"
Yeah.
So yeah, that's always been sort of more my thing. But yeah, but no, I'm still very keen to check it out though, because yeah, especially to
It's
compare
worth
it to the
watching.
Schwarzenegger version, which I know it's going
Yeah.
to be vastly different.
Hmm.
And also I could be wrong, and maybe there are like some like Edgar Wright isms in there that I'm just
Mm.
missing, maybe.
Right,
But
right.
like I also thought the last, I don't know, like 15, 20 minutes was a bit messy, which was a
Okay.
shame.
Yeah,
But
right.
it did feel
Hmm.
like a more accurate or a more faithful adaptation of the book.
Hmm.
So yeah, there was enough to like about it.
Hmm.
I just felt like there could have been more.
Yeah, yeah, right. Because yeah, the Schwarzenegger one was basically it was a cartoon. Like it was so over the top and bright and colorful and had the cheesiest one-liners. Like this was peak Schwarzenegger. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it was really over the top, but like, you know, perfect for its time. Yeah, I absolutely love that film. So yeah, no, I'm definitely keen to see the new one.
Hmm.
And I'm glad you
Yeah.
liked Soho. I know that most people are not going to
Yeah.
have as high a rating as me because
Mm,
it is such a for me movie with all the things that I'm
mm.
into. But also, it was really
Like
interesting. I was
murder.
listening to Edgar Wright talk on a podcast, and he was talking about Carrie, and he actually said about stuff when watching Carrie that he always thinks the same thing at a particular scene, and I'm just like, oh, that's how I feel about a particular scene in Soho. So that was pretty fun.
Right, right.
Interesting.
Mm.
Is it a spoiler to say what scene?
Um, I don't know. I suppose it's been out long enough. It's not a huge
Yeah,
spoiler,
exactly.
but
Everyone,
the
if you don't want to know, just cover your ears for like, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. All right, 30 seconds,
the
go.
because I really love Anya Taylor-Joy and Matt Smith, so that dance
Yeah.
scene,
Yeah.
I just, it's like the beginning of this perfect love story, and it's just such a really cute moment. And then, of course, every time you watch, you're just like, oh, I just wish they could just be happy together.
Oh,
And then the
Yeah.
rest of
spoiler.
the movie happens, and you
Yeah.
Yeah.
realize that can't be. And then he said he always thinks that when he watches Carrie and she's dancing with
Mm.
the guy and the camera's going around them, apparently, I
Mm,
haven't seen Carrie for years, and
Yeah.
he always thinks every time he watches it, like
mm.
he just, it's such a happy moment. He just
Yeah,
wants
Yeah.
right.
it to
Because
work out this time.
that was one of my like favorite parts of last night's Soho was when you are doing the like going between the two like time periods when everything is like establishing it being like she's very like empowered and very like idealistic and I enjoyed all of that and then when things started going like wrong I was
Mhm.
almost like no I want to go back to when everything's just
Yeah.
happy and it's all just like nice and everyone's having fun like I was really enjoying that bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like I want to
Uh,
live in the fantasy 60s where everything
Yeah.
is
mm.
fun and nice and
Yeah, and stuff. What else you got for us, Liam? Anything else? Or
Oh, I saw Now You See Me 3, which
oh, right.
is
Oh, that
yeah,
doesn't
it's
sound.
if
Mm,
if you like Now You See Me 1 and 2, it's
Mm,
like more of that. And I thought they were
sounds
fun,
good
so
to
this
me.
is fun.
mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I would say it's worth watching it with a bit of a gap between. Because I think if you
Mm,
watch 1 and 2 and then 3 in quick succession, you're like, oh yeah, I've literally seen this before. But if there's enough
Mm.
time that's passed, which is what I did, and I didn't massively remember what happened before, then it's a bit more like, oh yeah, this is kind of fresh.
what
Even though they are
if?
kind of like they're hitting
Okay, good
the
tip
familiar
because
beats.
I was going to rewatch them because I haven't seen them for ages. And I think the second one I might have only seen once when it came out.
What
Yeah,
if
Um,
you watched all three films on at the same time on three screens, like three monitors or TVs or something? Would you recommend that?
that that sounds like hell.
Okay, all right. Okay. You heard it here, people. Do not watch all three movies at the same time. It is not
I don't think there's
recommended.
any three movies where that would work well.
Mm, mm. Maybe.
maybe Katsi and its two sequels
Ah.
because that's so well the music probably would be very bad together if you could mute two of them and just have the music from one, but they are
Mm,
just all visuals with
hmm
music, so
Hmm.
you could probably get
Okay.
away.
Yeah.
But why would
Yeah.
you want to?
I
Because you can
don't
just
know.
watch them
It's
one at a time and
a
get the
really
full
Yeah.
proper
stupid idea.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
I will say there is one really fun scene in Now You See Me 3 where it's a lot of it's a I'm a big fan of like one take scenes.
mm.
And it's just like one take scene where it's going through all of the like magicians who are showcasing their skills
Oh, yeah.
while like passing a diamond between them, which is kind of
Hmm.
similar to one of the scenes in I think
The
it's the second
car.
one where
Oh,
they've got
was it a
yeah,
the was
it's like a security chip on a card or something.
yeah, 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 that was it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's kind of similar to that, but almost done at like a slightly bigger scale
Okay.
because there's just more magicians there. But
Right,
that's
right.
really fun. And I was reading the trivia afterwards, and a lot of it was all done practically in
Hmm.
camera, which I
Cool.
didn't realize at the time. I was like, oh yeah, they probably just CGI'd this. And I
Mm.
almost wish there was a way for them to put a little like sign that's like no CGI was used in this scene because I would just be more like impressed by it then.
Yeah, the film just suddenly pauses and the director steps out in front of the picture and is like explains everything and now back to the
Yeah, you know,
film.
like in my least favorite movie ever, Fantasia, where every now and again this guy just sort of steps out and like does a little talk like
Wait,
that.
what? But
Tasia is a great
least
movie.
favorite
No,
movie of
Ugh.
yeah,
seriously. Have you seen movie
genuinely.
43?
I have not, but it would be better than Fantasia because,
Oh.
right. The fact that Fantasia, and this is just a slight side note, I'm aware, the fact that Fantasia has the audacity to classify itself as a movie when all it is a series of music videos strung together
I was just going to
is,
say, I remember you talking about this on your old podcast.
I genuinely hate it
Oh.
so much. It's so
See,
long and it's so boring. I had it on VHS as a kid and it felt like punishment
I don't
watching
know.
it.
I like classical music and I like visual stuff, so
But
see,
is it a
it's a movie.
satisfying 2.5 hour movie experience?
see now you've
Well, I
got me
wonder what you would think of Kyonikatsu now then, and
and
because I
now
guess that's sort of a similar thing. It's just,
Yeah.
except it's not like separate things, but it's the whole movie is just visuals
and
and
ironically now I want to know what you'd think of movie 43 because it's also a similar kind of vein, like a whole bunch of things, unrelated things strung together. So,
I
yeah.
think I'm like avoiding my Emma Stone project because I don't want to get to that after. However, I'm curious because then you've absolutely raved about terrible movies. So now I'm like, I mean, I know lots of everyone says movie 43 is terrible as
I
well,
honestly
but
think when the time comes, I think you two need to watch it. I'll take one for the team and watch it again, and I think we should do an episode on that movie. I really do.
I would be down for
It's
that.
it is yeah, oh man. Yeah, it is my number one least favorite movie of all time out, and I've seen a lot of bad movies, but that one and ironically I've seen it like 4 or 5 times now
yeah,
because
that's so weird.
well, I watched it once because someone gave it to me. It was like, "You've got to watch this movie. It's amazing." I was like, "Okay." So I put it on, and I just for an hour and a half just sat there staring at the screen in absolute disbelief. Like I genuinely could not believe someone had actually greenlit this thing. let alone
Mm.
actually making it or funding it. But then, I think it was like a couple of years later, I was like, was that movie as bad as I remembered? And so I rewatched it and I was like, I think it's actually worse. Um,
But
then on
but
my YouTube channel, someone wanted to do a kind of a watch along video with Bongo, who, yeah, I'm not going to explain who Bongo is, but then so Bongo had to watch it, which meant that I had to watch it. So, and then my wife wanted to, she was like, how can it be that bad? I was like, oh, okay. And I put it on mainly because I wanted to watch her watching it, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah, so
I've
it's just
seen it
it's
at
so
least four
excited to watch
times.
bad things.
I've seen it at least four
but
Maybe that
times.
okay.
And
explains why you like things like blood-sucking freaks. You just, even if you won't admit it, you just secretly like to watch bad things.
no,
But
there's no
is
secret about it. I love watching
No,
bad
but
things.
okay, no, I said that wrong, but I mean that's what I mean. Like, even though you say it's such a terrible, terrible movie, but
Mm.
you watch it more than I've watched so many movies. Like, you just keep watching it, even though you say it's like one of the worst things ever.
Yeah, but it
but
wasn't.
is
I like some of those times it wasn't by one of those times it wasn't by choice. Anyway, shut up.
but
Sorry, Liam. What was?
is movie 43 only an hour and a half?
Oh, maybe I don't know.
Oh, I've got it
Because
here. I've got three Emma Stone movies till I get to that one.
Yeah.
94 minutes.
Hey, there you
right,
go.
so it's better than Fantasia because it's half an hour less of your life wasted.
Oh, and your wife, I see Kylie gave it three
Yeah,
stars.
she did. She actually enjoyed the whole
Someone on my that I'm friends
bizarreness.
with on Letterboxd gave it 4 stars.
Oh God.
I have
The
another
thing is,
three
Yeah.
because
star, another 3 star.
it's a lot of
A
like
three
short.
star from someone who just hates nearly every movie they watch,
Yeah,
and
it's so the
and then some one
premise.
stars.
Well, actually
But
there's
there's just
two.
so many like super well known people in
Mm.
it. It's just
Oh my
really
God,
Yeah,
yeah.
weird.
There's two
Yeah.
yeah,
versions of the film. One of them, the bridging story is about a guy who goes to a movie studio with an idea, like to pitch a movie or whatever, and he's pitching this story, but he winds up taking the studio exec hostage or some shit. I don't know, I can't remember. Then there's another one where there's a group of young kids who like, oh man, there's this, internet movie out there that we've got to watch or whatever, and it's, the series of shorts. But yeah, so it's a series of short comedy sketches, and I am using that word looser than ever. Um, with it's got the biggest cast I could ever name in and
yeah.
directed. Fucking James Gunn did one of the segments in this film, and I loathe it. Yeah, so like
But like,
the first one's got Hugh Jackman and Kate Winslet,
We're
who
not going to just keep talking
I'm
about this,
no,
are
no,
we?
we
I
are.
just want to tell
It was
Liam
have
about
a
Okay.
it.
run
Just
through
this.
of every
So
short
they
film we've
go
watched.
on a blind date to a dinner, and Hugh Jackman's wearing a scarf. Anyway, they sit down. He takes the scarf off, and he has a scrotum hanging from his chin. And there's just all these ball jokes, like for the whole. That's all it is. It's just a
Yeah.
testicle joke. Like, but some of the things are just absolutely like so vulgar, and that's even I was like, that's too far, and this is coming from me. Yeah, no, it's really bad. So yes, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have a movie
Okay.
43 episode at some point because
Because I think all it would take is one of those segments to be at least a little bit good, and it's not
mhm.
going to be an absolute waste of time.
Well, and
And
All
there's
right,
so many
the
you
challenge
get
chances.
is
to
thrown.
you get to look at so many cool people.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think with the Emma Stone thing, the one that I would be most apprehensive about is the Hawaii one that she was in. I think
Uh
that was Emma Stone.
Aloha.
Yes, that's the one.
that would probably be it,
That
yeah.
that seems like a not
Hmm.
good time.
Oh,
That's a
okay,
few
fair
movies
enough.
away.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Um,
forward to the one before movie 43 is Gangster Squad, which is
mhm.
the third and sadly final film that she's got with Ryan Gosling that I haven't seen.
Right, right. Is that all you've been watching, Liam?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah, shit. Okay, because I'm just going through my list of things I've been watching, and I got nothing. I actually haven't had a chance to watch it. I did rent a movie, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
What movie
Bec
did you rent?
well, because Metallica have been and gone into our country and like cause a major fuss because, you know, it's Metallica. They haven't been here for 12 years, and so like, yeah, social media is just flooded with Metallica stuff for me. And I was watching. There's a YouTube channel I'm not sure if you've heard of, Frankie. I know you've heard of it because you got me onto it. Called The Charismatic Voice, where there's a lady whose name I can't remember. Frankie, do you remember her name?
Um, oh
I
God, I'm
want to
having a
say
mental
Elizabeth,
blank.
but I don't know if
Yeah.
it's. Oh, it is?
Yes.
Huh, there you go. She's an opera singer, but she does deep dive analyses of rock and metal songs, which is
Okay.
really
Of the
fascinating.
yeah, mostly on the vocals, obviously,
Yeah,
because she's
mostly on the
a coach
vocals.
as well, so she
Yeah,
knows
yeah. But
all the
she
things.
did, one of the suggestions that came up was she did an analysis of the original video for One. And so I watched that the other day. And are you familiar with Metallica's One video, Liam? So yeah,
Not the video. I am the
oh,
song.
okay. Well, so the video, because the song was inspired by the story Johnny Got His Gun, which is about a war veteran who gets his arms and legs blown off and he can't see, hear, or speak. And so he's just basically, living inside his head, which would be just such a nightmare. So the video was interspersed with a whole bunch of clips from the film. And so I was watching this thing, and yeah, it just got me thinking, like, oh man, I really want to rewatch that movie because it was so good. And I have it on DVD, but the PS4 in our bedroom, it plays Blu-rays, but for some reason it won't play DVDs. And so it was like $5 on Amazon for HD as well. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna rent it and watch it one day. And that day has not come yet.
One day, you've got 30 days.
I got 30 days and I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I will eventually. Yeah, I did. I forgot to talk about it in the last episode because I forgot to log it on Letterboxd, but I did watch The Craft Legacy, but I don't want to talk about it. Oh, wow. That was an absolute abomination. Yeah, I don't even really remember it to be honest. Like, so there's no point in talking about it because I don't remember it. But it was shit. I hated everybody in it. The dialogue sucked, and it did not have enough sex robots. So yeah, that was terrible. But I do have a kind of movie related news in terms of the music video that I'm about to do. Do you want to hear what's going on there? Are you interested in that?
Certainly.
Um,
Yeah.
so the guy from the band, the main guy who I've been working with, we've been one of the main things we needed was an actress for our for the story, and I put a call out on Facebook because I'd kind of been forgetting to do it, and I put a call out on a couple of actors groups and stuff, and oh my God, I had so many people flooding my inbox that I actually had to end up deleting the ad because I was like, yeah, there's too many to choose from. But there was one girl in particular who not only did she look the part, but she's got like 80,000 followers on Instagram, and we're like, we could use that. But not only that, she's going through the second round of auditions to get into NIDA, which is, Australia's biggest acting academy and stuff. Like, so she's, definitely got talent and stuff. And yeah, I asked, like, yeah, she was like, oh, pick me. And I was like, okay, we're picking you. And she is super excited about that. So we've got an actress locked in, we've got a location locked in, which is really good. We've got a date and a time, Sunday, 14th of December, we're shooting, and stuff. And then I, I had a thing so the story is basically going to involve this character. She's like a very broken girl who goes into this bar and she's trying to rekindle a romance that doesn't work out. She's getting hit on by sleazy creeps, and she winds up pulling a gun and shooting a whole bunch of people, and then waiting for the cops to arrive. And who knows what happens after that. And I've got these replica guns, gel blasters, which, look really accurate. I had like a black snub nose revolver that I kind of thought like that might be cool. It sort of looks like the gun that George Clooney uses in From Dusk Till Dawn. So, there's that. Um, but for the life of me, I do not know where they are. I tore the place apart yesterday. I thought I knew where they were. Um, and yeah, I'm kind of like, shit, I got like 2 weeks to try and find this thing. I don't think it's going to happen. And in my brain, like I was envisioning this character having a silver gun anyway. And so I went online and actually ordered a new gel blaster. It's actually a Beretta, like a silver Beretta with a black handle. It looks so nice. But yeah, it's got like a chrome finish and stuff. And so not being able to find the other guns turned into a bit of a blessing in disguise because I was like, oh, I get my silver gun after all. So yeah, we're all locked in. I'm having a meeting with Sean from the band tomorrow evening to fine tune all the bits that we need to do. And yeah, we're just about good to go. So yeah, I'm super super excited. Um,
Yeah, sounds like
yeah.
it's going to be a fun time.
Oh, it's gonna be yeah. Even though the video is like, pretty dark subject matter and stuff. Yeah, I'm actually like, yeah, so looking forward to this. Because of all the music videos that I've done most of them have just been like band performance videos, and they're fine, but you just get so bored with doing that after a while. And yeah, I like doing kind of more narrative, more cinematic kind of things like that. Plus, I get to use my new phone camera rig with like the anamorphic lens and everything on it. So that's going to be,
Nice.
yeah. Well, that's actually what caused all this because I put photos of my camera phone rig on Facebook, and Sean, who I've known the guy for a while, we've actually done a few music videos together already. He saw the pics and he's like, "Oh my God, okay, yep, we got to do this." And I was like, "Cool." So yeah, get to do that. Um, and it's going to be a bit of a bittersweet affair because it's actually going to be the final music video that I do on the Gold Coast because we're moving to Melbourne next year in April, which is like, yeah, really, really, really big deal. But that's yeah, going to be interesting.
So what's inspired the move?
It's basically all to do with trying to raise two toddlers, like, and needing more help. And my wife's family, like, she's got tons of family down there, and so yeah, it's just going to make more sense that we're down there. So plus it's freezing cold down there, like all year round practically. So
Mm.
that I'm not going to turn down. But yeah, so yeah, lots going on at the moment, which is why I have not been watching movies because yeah, yeah,
Okay, so before we do sort of like switch track from that,
yeah.
what are some of your like favorite music videos that follow a narrative?
Oh wow. Oh man, the first one that comes to mind is The Prodigy, Smack My Bitch Up.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
that to me is one of the greatest music videos ever made. Have you seen that one?
Again, I'm familiar with the song. What happens in
Yeah.
the video?
Okay, so oh man, it's so cool.
I remember it
So
was such a big deal when it came out because it's all
oh,
like,
huge. They actually
yeah,
I bought a
POV
V8
shots.
I bought a VHS tape of just the music video. Like they were actually
Oh,
selling it
wow.
at the time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how big it was.
Okay.
No,
So
I mean
it's
that you bought one. It's just-
hell yeah.
I just
Um,
watched it on TV back when we had all our
Oh
music video
no, I was
shows.
like, I need to analyze this video. So it's all done in a first person view, and it starts off with a person in a really shitty apartment, like putting on their clothes and stuff, and like drinking heavily, doing lines of coke and everything, and then they go out and go into town and basically just cause a absolute stir, like getting kicked out of clubs, starting fights, just walking up to women and making out with them, going to a strip club and getting a bit too hands-on with the stripper and all this sort of shit,
This is
um
ringing a bell.
and then like throwing up, like it's vile. And then they get home and go in and sit on the bed or whatever and look in the mirror and it's a female. And so that was like,
Yeah.
at the time, that was like a really controversial twist. You sort of think now it's like, well, pff, yeah, whatever. But no, at the time it was a really big deal. But it was a cool twist because like there's nothing in the video that makes you think it's a girl, and you just kind of, because of toxic masculinity and everything being such a
Yeah. You've
prevalent
just
thing
got
in
the
the
gender
world,
bias.
that's exactly
Yeah.
where your brain
Mm.
goes. So no, it was a really big deal. So, but no, very cleverly done. Yeah, amazing video. So that one springs to mind
You just reminded
instantly.
me of something that's not music video related, but just jump
Hmm.
back for a second. I picked this up in Black Friday sales.
Hmm.
Angst. Have you seen it, Liam?
No, I have not.
I've been wanting to see this for decades. It's never available anywhere. But now it's got this 4K release, and so because of Black Friday sales, I thought I'm just gonna take the chance and blind buy it because I just need to see it after all these years. Apparently known as one of the best serial killer films ever made,
Oh.
and is apparently highly disturbing watch. So
Hmm.
yeah,
I've not even
um,
heard of it.
they because it's from 1980 something.
Okay.
Uh, Around there, I can't remember. And they Umbrella put it out and they released a trailer that was just like a little snippet from the film,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and it just looked, yeah, really disturbing because you're basically following this serial killer around. So they're basically saying it's like the closest you can get to a serial killer and, you know,
So is it
Hmm.
be alive.
what was it like Maniac kind of vibes?
I haven't seen Maniac.
That's
And
probably
I
a bad
haven't seen
example to
this,
use there.
so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's set in Austria. So I assume it's in German.
Hmm.
So yeah, this little snippet I saw was this guy just walking in this sort of like looked like a sort of outer like country lane
Mm.
almost suburb, and he's basically just trying, like he goes into a house and there's just no one there, like he rings the doorbell or whatever, and then he goes to this other house and this old lady answers, and then he just like starts attacking her,
Okay.
and then the
Hmm.
husband comes and it's just this little thing, but it's just like creepy vibes already because it's like he's just
Yeah.
going, I don't know what the full plot is, I haven't looked at it for ages, but yeah, just that little thing of he's just randomly gone to this house and because she answered the door and he's
Hmm.
just like a psycho. So yes, when
Interesting.
I'm in the mood to be disturbed.
Fair enough.
You'll be
Well,
sorted.
speaking of disturbing, how about I think we've probably waffled long enough. Like all these people are like, come on, we're here for Rocky 4. So shall we get stuck into this?
Hmm.
Why not?
All right. Rocky 4, 1985, written and directed once again by Mr. Sylvester Stallone, essentially tells the story of there's this Russian guy, Ivan Drago, who is the ultimate fighting machine, who comes to America because he wants to have some exhibition matches. Apollo Creed decides that he's the one who's going to go up against him, and James Brown is fucking yeah. Anyway, Apollo Creed gets the absolute shit knocked out of him to the point where, well, when by shit I mean life. And so yeah, Rocky's gotta get revenge for Apollo Creed. He's got to go up against Ivan Drago, and he beats the shit out of him, and yeah, the end. But there's a lot more to this movie. We've got Paulie's robot. We've got split diopter shots that confuse the heck out of poor Liam. We've got all
Yeah.
sorts of things going on, and I watched this movie, when was it? I don't know, a couple of months ago or something, a month ago. I don't know when it was because after the absolute joy I had with Rocky 3 being that it was so cheesy and terrible. I just loved it. I thought, oh, this how can this movie fail? This has got Dolph Lundgren in it as the ultimate killing machine. I don't know, maybe my head was just in the wrong place because I watched it and I was like, I didn't enjoy that at all. So I rewatched it last night and yeah, much better headspace. I mean, holy crap, how many montages can you fit into one film?
Mm.
Um, there's a lot of montages in this. I think actually there was where was it? There was a review that I read
Oh yeah, I
here.
mentioned because on
Oh,
IMDb it says it's 31.9% of the movie is montages.
oh my God. Yeah, someone said, I'll forever be impressed that a 90-minute movie was able to fit in three montages in a full-length performance of Living in America by James Brown.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Oh, I actually made a review back when I watched it. Mr. Stallone, I don't know, this script just feels like you're rehashing the same story once again. Can you do something different? Sure, no problem. How about I No, I'm not going to do that. How about I add a big ass robot as a comedic family member? No, that's not what I. Yeah, well, how about Rocky puts an end to the Cold War and sets in motion steps toward world peace? Dot 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 dot. Mr. Stallone, are you okay? Not really. This script is a cry for help. I still maintain that. I still stand by that review. However, this time around, I enjoyed his cry for help. Yeah. What are you guys, Frankie? Your thoughts on Rocky Four? Tell us about it.
I think it's fun.
Yeah,
Mm.
Mm,
it's a good
yeah,
time.
it's really fun. It's really 80s.
Mm,
And um, Dolph Lundgren's cool. I love
yeah.
that hair. That's just
Yeah.
that's just really of that time.
Oh, it was just
And
perfection.
the music was really cool.
Hmm.
I would say more when we get to specific things. But yeah,
Fair
I
enough. Yeah.
overall I thought this was a really fun movie and I was surprised you were so harsh on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you go on about the robot so much. I thought the robot would have more in
Mm,
it.
mm.
So I'm glad it didn't. But yeah, you really focused on that, like your review and
Mm.
everything.
Oh my God, absolutely. But I know Liam, you're a fan of the robot, so come on, tell us what are your thoughts on this movie overall?
Yeah, I agree with Frankie. It was just so when I first watched all the Rocky movies years ago in the
Hmm.
lead up to I think it was before Creed came out and I was trying to catch up.
Hmm.
I was really underwhelmed by this.
Mm.
But watching it this time, again, maybe like different headspace,
Mm.
it just worked for me in a
Yeah,
way
right.
that I just found it so much fun. I also appreciated that it was like 90 minutes. So you're like in
Mm.
and out and it's nice and just it's so quick. It really the time flies by.
Yeah.
Um like the music's so good. Um the robot's just terrible and I don't know why it's there. I really don't. It
Yeah.
just bothers me.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So for those who are wondering, yeah, so Paulie, who's played by Gold Coast Mayor Tom Tate, he's sitting like Rocky gets home, his useless kid who's still fucking useless, has a video camera now for no reason.
That
Um,
was a weird scene, wasn't it? When it's
wasn't
all like from the video
it?
camera. Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah, so it's Paulie's birthday, and I mean, was it a maybe it was just a way to remind us that the Balboas are filthy rich? I don't know. But yeah, Rocky's like, oh, yeah, yeah, I'm so excited, I'm sweating. And they're getting like his cake to come in, and so this freaking 7 foot robot with that just looks stupid comes
Yeah.
Yeah,
rolling in
why
with
did
the
it have
cake.
sort of the like fly head or whatever?
I
Like
Yeah.
don't
the eyes were
know.
so it's like cross between a fly and like an
Well, it's
alien or something.
yeah. So it rolls in, and Paulie's complaining because he wanted a sports car. Like, who complains about getting a freaking robot? I
Honestly,
don't know.
right. I've mentioned this, I think, in probably every after like every episode where we've discussed the Rocky movies.
Mm,
Paulie is my least favorite character,
mm.
and I
Mm.
don't know why he's still there. He
He's
brings
useless.
nothing to the plot.
there are so many. Even freaking Adrian is once again useless in this movie. Like she,
Mm.
if
Yeah.
you had removed her from the
She's
film,
still so different from
oh
her
yeah,
character in like
And
early
yeah,
stages.
I
what's
know.
interesting is there's a montage midway through of all of the movies leading up to it, and it only like serves as an emphasis of how different she is.
Mm.
Yes,
Because there's like a
I got
bunch
the
of
same
scenes of
thing.
her from the first one. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just
Well,
it's like
she's
remember when
Frankie.
these movies like were trying to do something interesting?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I know. Um, and oh my God. Okay, Dolph Lundgren as Ivan Drago. He was amazing. But
Mm.
he had like 5 words to speak in the whole film or whatever. But that's all he needed because he was
Yeah,
a machine. He was. And yeah, I like that it's there is a reveal that he's been pumped up with anabolic steroids and stuff. And yes.
wait. No, I liked it, but it's one teeny tiny little like not even a scene. It's like a shot, and I was like, okay,
Literally.
is it, yeah, yeah, and I was like, is this going to get mentioned at any point, or is it going to
Mm.
become like a plot point? It's never like referenced in the script at all.
It is and it isn't. Because I think, oh my God, and I can't believe I'm actually analyzing this freaking movie. But I think, because you've got that juxtaposition at the end where, Rocky's training, Drago is
Yeah,
training, and Rocky's doing things like, lifting rocks in a net or whatever, whereas Drago's got all the fancy sci-fi equipment and machinery and things like that. So I think that was kind of a statement on technology versus traditional ways, that kind of thing. And so I think the steroids was just another facet of that, is that Rocky was able to beat
Yeah,
him just with
yeah.
sheer determination and
I think they're
so
they're
yeah.
the like evil corporate guys just making him a
Mm,
machine instead of a person. So I guess you're just meant to
yeah,
assume they would
well,
be using drugs because they're not supposed to. So of course
yeah,
they're going to
yeah.
do whatever to make him the best.
Exactly. And well, it's not just corporate, of course, I mean, this whole movie was basically yeah, a statement about, the Cold War and like Russia versus
Yeah.
America, which
Well,
at that
yeah.
point in time was a really big thing. Like, I remember, growing up believing that Russians were the bad guys, like
Oh yeah.
Mm.
which is
There's so
crazy
many
because that's what the
movies that
media
emphasize that
bombarded
belief.
us. Oh, it wasn't just movies, but like news and media and everything was like, Russia bad, America good.
I
Whereas
mean, it's
now,
still that way, to be fair.
Mm.
I would say Russia, yeah, Russia bad, America bad now, really, like
Well,
when you
yeah,
think about it.
yeah,
So yeah,
Yeah, I was
this,
really, just to jump ahead a bit, I was
yeah,
really
yeah.
confused about his speech at the end. I was like, that is a really weird speech. And then the
Oh, it's
Russian
amazing.
premier or whatever stood up at the end, and I suddenly realized, oh, okay, yeah, this speech is about peace between countries, nothing to do with
Yeah, yeah,
boxing.
yeah. Oh
yeah.
So
my
then I was
God.
like, okay, I get what they're going for, but it was such a really stupid speech to
It's
have at the
so on
end.
the nose, isn't it?
They should
Like,
have
It
just
was.
yeah.
stuck with the just like freeze frame in the ring and just
Mm,
left it at
Mm.
that.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
again, I read the IMDb trivia, and apparently, and this doesn't actually surprise me, that speech was improvised.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
Which maybe when you're trying to,
Mm.
solve the Cold War, maybe just don't wing it and put a bit of thought into the speech.
Because
Maybe.
yeah, that speech was terrible. But like, I guess it suited his character though, because at
I'm
the end of the day,
curious
he is a
about the
dumbass.
the Russian though, because at one stage he says something quite long, and then the guy translating just says a really short thing.
Mm.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
I wish I
yeah.
need like a Russian person to be like, what did he actually say compared to what Stallone said?
Yeah.
Or is
Um,
it just
you
like,
could
did he
probably
just
use an
make it a
app
much
on
more
you.
concise?
You could probably use a phone app and like hold it to the screen when he's talking and get it to Actually, yeah, all right,
Mm,
I'm totally gonna do that. Oh, actually, look, there's probably a website out there that's got listed what he's actually said. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, I know, like, I get where Stallone's going with this thing, but oh, geez, it was done badly.
But I also did enjoy being in Russia because
Yeah.
that training montage was really
mm,
cool.
Yeah.
Both just watching Stallone out in the snow. It's very refreshing when he
Mm.
arrived in Russia and you could see all the snow on the guys' uniforms. And I was just like, oh, so cold. That'd be so nice. I'm
Whereas
sitting
I'm
here
sitting there
so
like, I
hot.
just really wish Paulie would shut up because all he was doing was just complaining about everything.
Yeah.
And oh God, yeah, no, his character is just so grating.
He has
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
moment in the movie that I didn't
Mm.
hate,
Oh.
where it's when Rocky is walking to the ring and Paulie's giving his little speech of like, oh, if I could be anyone, I wish I could be you.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's like a nice little moment. And then he gets to the ring and he sees Drago and he's like, yeah, I take it back, I don't want to be you. And that's
Yeah.
quite funny,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's not funny enough to justify him being
Mm.
so fucking annoying for
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many of these
I know,
films.
I love the way that you
I
worded
mean, why
that.
did
You're
he
like, you
even
didn't say
go?
that there was a moment that you liked. You just like, there was a moment that I didn't hate. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, okay. That
I'm
tells me
like,
everything.
why would he even go to Russia? And
great
why would
question.
he not know that they're not going to just go stay in a fancy hotel
Well, I think
somewhere?
it was because they needed the crowd to be completely against Rocky, which they wouldn't have done if the fight was in America.
No,
Because
I meant why did
No,
Paulie go with them?
yeah,
oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But I
Why
did
did Paulie
like,
leave his sex robot
and
behind?
I was just gonna say that.
so yeah,
Yeah.
the montage was really good, and I love that. Oh, that stupid thing where Adrian turns up because she misses him,
Yeah,
and then they have
Whatever.
that little moment, and then the music starts up, and we go back into a montage, and I'm like, yeah, and we get the
I
song, and then,
know. They,
yeah, and then cross-cutting with Drago doing his training, and I'm like, oh, and he's just like stuck with running on a treadmill while Stallone's like running up a mountain, and
mm,
yeah, poor
good
guy,
grief.
just having to do all of that. But yeah, I did like that's all I remembered from this movie was
Mm,
going to Russia to do stuff. I didn't even remember the
right, right.
robot. Just
Yeah.
going to Russia to do stuff was the
yeah.
pretty much all
Yeah,
I didn't
I
even
yeah.
don't think.
remember that Apollo died. Like
Oh, wow.
just I think the
Yeah,
first
but
time I went through the Rocky movies, I
mm,
watched them all close together and just went through
Yeah,
a thing. So I didn't really. I have a crap memory anyway.
well, to be honest, like I mean, I didn't really feel anything when Apollo died in this. I was just kind of like,
oh, I did. No,
yeah,
because I've loved Apollo throughout these movies, but I've
right,
always felt like
right.
we haven't got enough of him. So I
Mm,
was really excited when like the whole like first third of this movie is all about Apollo basically.
mm,
And I think that Carl Weathers plays him so charismatically
mm,
that I can't help but absolutely love him.
mm,
And that fight, the way it's cut together
mm.
is so brutal.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it,
yeah.
which is weird because then when they have the Rocky fight, it feels like Drago is like almost pulling his punches because it's nowhere near as brutal, and that
Right,
doesn't
right.
really make
I
sense.
didn't have time. I wanted to go on a deep dive, but apparently Carl Weathers and Dolph Lundgren like hated each other
I
and
heard that,
really
Really?
yeah.
didn't get along. And
Wow.
after filming one of the fight things, I think Dolph was really physically aggressive, and then Carl was like shouting profanities and then walked off saying he was gonna call his agent and he didn't want to do the movie
Huh.
anymore or something.
Wow.
So yeah, that might
Yeah.
play into why the fight looked
It
so
just was so
brutal.
brutal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like when he like does the fall and he's just like twitching on the mat. That
Mm,
I was just like that is yeah, I
Mm,
felt it in that bit, and
mm,
you've got the cut to his like wife who's all like crying and stuff. Like it
mm,
for me, that worked just I think because I love that character so much. So it's like, that's like I get why we need that motivation, but it's such a
mm.
shame.
mm.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I was, kind of like, that sucks. But I didn't feel it, yeah, but that's okay. But yeah, so there was an interesting thing though, because Liam, you sent us a shot from the funeral of,
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably worth bringing up of a couple of extras standing there who were blurred out. And like that got me so curious because I was like, why on earth? And I thought, was there some legal thing? Did they not sign
Yeah.
a, d- thingy form. I can't remember what they're called. Or a release form. That's it. Or something like, what is going on here? And so, yeah, last night when I was watching it, I was like, okay, well, I've got to check this out. And so the shot came up, and I was like, oh, the guys are blurred for me as well. And I paused it, and I was sort of looking at the shot, but then I noticed down further because there's a statue in the foreground. Um, and one of its hands was blurred, and that sort of got me thinking, right. So yeah, it was a split diopter shot. So yeah, which you know what they are. Like it's a cinematic technique if you want to have something in the foreground and something in the background, both in focus. There's a special lens that you can use to do that, but it does kind of a weird effect. The movie Judgment Night from 1994 did it a lot, where they'd have someone's face in the foreground and stuff, and yeah, there's always just that kind of weird split. I seem to remember one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies did it as well. I
Yes, it does. Where you've got what's her face right in the front, like screaming or something.
yeah. For
Yeah.
some reason, I've got like a catalog of split diopter shots in my brain, and I don't know why. I think it's always something that I just kind of think looks interesting. But yeah, so that was. But the thing that kind of weirded me though was that the blur on the statue's hand wasn't directly underneath that line, so I don't
Mm.
really know like what they. Unless they maybe it was a composite shot or something. I really don't know, but yeah, but that explained that.
But then,
But
okay,
That
so sorry, but Dan, from your like sort of technical expertise, right? Is that just sloppy filmmaking to not notice that they were going to be
no,
blurred from their positioning?
that is just how those shots work. There's nothing you can do. I mean, maybe nowadays you
Well, you could
could.
have moved them.
Sorry. Oh, you
You could have
the
like
extras you
that's
mean
what I mean.
like.
Like, so like, would you not have when you were like putting
Mm,
that scene together from like a composition?
mhm.
Would you have been able to see that that was going to be the end result and been like, maybe
Yes.
we should shift them along a little bit?
Yeah, because if it was used with an actual lens, like an in-camera, effect lens, then obviously they would have been able to see that. And look, I guess maybe they just didn't care. They probably it was 1985 at that point. They're just like, fuck, no
Well,
one's
Stallone
gonna,
was
no
directing it,
one's gonna
wasn't he? And he was
notice.
probably he
Yeah.
was in the shot, so
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, well, that would have been up to the cinematographer though, but
yeah,
yeah, so yeah, I guess they just didn't care, they was kind of like, "Hey, yeah, it looks great. Print that."
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Sorry, Frankie, I
so
cut you off. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say that talking about montages and things reminded me that the other one I thought was really cool in the fight where there was the slow motion punches layered on top of each other.
mm.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
just thought that was a
I
pretty
I
fun thing.
did like the sound effect they used with Drago's punches, like that sounded like a freaking, you know, battleship cannon going off. I know they were over the top,
Yeah,
Stallone
I'm
was
like,
like,
how, like,
I
they
don't know,
built him
it
up
worked.
so much, and it's like, as soon as he got injured, that was apparently the thing.
Mm,
Like, oh, you drew blood. Suddenly he's not this killing machine anymore, and now you can go for like 14 rounds
mm,
fine
Yeah.
to get to
yeah.
this final 15th round. And I'm like,
Yeah, of course.
it doesn't seem likely.
But now, listen, being that I'm half Danish, I really want to devote some of this episode to the lovely Brigitte Nielsen, who plays Ludmilla Vobet Drago, which is Ivan's wife in the film, and who delivered what I would rank probably in the top 10 worst accents I've ever, maybe top five worst accents I've ever heard in a film. That was the least convincing Russian accent I think I've ever heard. And to the point where it actually kind of distracted me from like every time she was talking, I was just like, oh my God, this is a disaster. This is really, really terrible.
I didn't even think about it.
Oh, wow, really? What about you, Liam?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
No? Oh
No.
man. So this is just me here. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like she has a natural Danish accent, which I heard a lot of the time, but like, yeah, that was just terrible. But even just, I don't know, like she's never been like a great actress as such from what I've seen her in. Like she's usually fairly stoic. So I guess she was
But
perfect for this
it
role, but
does, well, no, it proves that if you're dating the director, that massively helps.
oh my God, I forgot. Okay, I can tell you all about split diopter shots, celebrity relationships. I have blinkers on, like or blinders on.
Mm.
I forgot that those two were a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they
were
got
they
married, I think,
together?
shortly after the movie came out or something. And they were married for like
Ah,
2 years or something.
yeah,
But they were
I
dating
completely
during the
forgot
movie.
about that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that explains a lot. Look, to be honest, I thought she looked the part. Like she looked like a Russian, and who would probably be married to him. And I liked her smarminess, every time that,
Do you
um,
think that she actually was in love with him? I was trying to work out if they were actually like
you mean
happily
the
married.
characters? Oh,
The
okay, yeah,
characters, yeah.
yeah. That's a good question.
Because she seemed so in with the other men, and I was like,
Yeah.
Hmm,
is this just about my husband is this killing machine guy?
hmm,
Or did
hmm,
she actually? I mean, I don't know if more comes. I know there's like the kid that comes in Creed 2 or whatever, because that's why I didn't want to
Mm.
watch continue on with the Creed movies until I'd rewatched these ones because I
hmm,
knew there was going to be returning
Yeah.
references and things.
hmm.
So I don't know if
Yeah.
that'll
No,
be a
I
thing,
that's a
feel
good
like
but
point. Like it
yeah.
her,
could be a Melania and Trump sort of a thing happening where she's just with him for the prestige.
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
that's an
I think
interesting
her
point.
character lacked some sort of conclusion,
Mm,
like her arc. Like it felt like there was just something missing where she gets her comeuppance.
mm.
Because now I'm wondering, like, since he lost, like, what's she gonna think of him now that he lost that
Yeah.
fight?
Yeah, I did get the well, yeah, she looked pretty hostile
Because
about it. Like, yeah, she
she was
probably
really unhappy that he wasn't doing well
yeah,
like everyone
yeah.
else.
hmm yeah, no, that's an interesting point, and I didn't think about that. Yeah, I was too busy like
Thinking about
cringing
her
at the
accent.
accent. Oh my God. Oh, I've just noticed that the kid who played Rocky's son in this, his name is Rocky. How
Uh,
about that? Rocky
did
Krakoff.
you notice him in the scene where they're having the little heart to heart on the bed? And they
Mm.
obviously said to the kid, I'll just nod while he's saying stuff. And he's
Oh,
just doing
okay.
this really weird nodding and whatever.
I
And
did not
this,
notice that.
and I just noticed like his reaction shots to Stallone saying all this stuff. And then at the end, like Stallone's like, oh, you know what I mean? And the kid's just like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you have no idea what he just said. I barely understood what he said. It just, I'm like, that seemed like a really involved thing to say to a kid. And the kid seemed
Mm.
like he just had no idea and was just like, I'm just going to say yes because you obviously want me to say I understand what you just said.
I
uh,
mean, the kid wasn't great, was he? If we're
oh
going to be
no,
honest.
and useless, absolutely useless. Sorry, I'm just
Not as
changing
bad
the.
as the kid in Drop. Like,
Well, yeah,
Mm,
it's been
yeah.
a while. Like, I'm surprised in this day and age that you could still, like, you couldn't find a better kid actor than that to be in your movie. Just,
Yeah,
right,
that used
right.
to be. Well, but to be fair, that's okay. That's something that I actually think I did like about Drop because Drop felt like a throwback to those sort of 90s movies. And I wondered, was like
mm.
casting a bad kid actor also like a throwback to when the 90s movies would do
Yeah.
that?
This
Mm,
kid is meant to be scared at one point and just is like yelling and running. And I'm just like, it does not seem scared. I'm like, oh, you're a kid actor and you can't even yell.
mm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that was pretty funny.
Um, I thought one of my other favorite things, one of the things that I genuinely liked in Rocky Four, and not in an ironic way, was the fight between Drago and Apollo. Like, I love Drago's whole reaction to
Oh
the
yeah, we kind
the
of skipped
glitz and
around in the wrong
glam
order.
and stuff. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like,
Yeah, he
standing
was
in the
really
dark
good
on
at
this
doing the
stage, and then
reaction shot.
like all of a sudden the overhead roof like parts and the stage
Oh,
starts
so
coming up,
good.
and just the look on his face is just like, what? Like, because obviously this
Yeah.
is a guy who's
Yeah.
just not used to, really sort of,
Well,
the
yeah, and then seeing
theatricality of
all
it.
the, yeah, then suddenly there's all these
Then he comes up
dancers and
and yeah,
everything.
there's fucking James Brown comes out,
It's
and
so
then
good.
Creed's coming down on this platform in this over the top glittery costume, dancing around like a fool and everything, and like Drago's just like looking around. I'm just like, you know what? I feel this guy. Like, I kind
Mm,
of get it. Yeah, I actually thought that he did really good. Overall, I thought Dolph Lundgren was amazing in this film. Like, he did a lot with
yeah.
his facial expressions and his eyes. Like, he didn't, like I said, he had like 5 words in the whole film, but he conveyed a lot in his expressions and everything.
And
So
he looked
yeah.
really good in that boxing uniform. So
Oh yeah, like he
I did
just
notice that. And
yeah.
I've got that boxing game, the Creed
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Rise
the
to
VR
Glory or
one.
whatever, the VR one. Yeah. And so I like to pick Drago in that because I'm like, I remember Drago. Like I don't remember half the characters that they've brought in.
Yeah, yeah.
So
He has such an imposing presence in the
Yeah.
ring.
mm,
Like he is just huge.
Oh yeah, I love
mm,
that shot where at the in the final fight, where he's walking towards the ring, like when he first comes out and he's basically like a
mm.
silhouette. Like he
Yeah.
looked like a machine. Like he was enormous. He looked he looked like
And it was
a
really
much better
funny
robot.
when you see him and Stallone standing opposite each other the first
Mm.
time.
Yeah.
So you just see the difference.
I like that bit when in the Creed fight as well, where Creed goes to like bang fists or whatever, and like Drago's fists don't even budge. Like I
Yeah.
thought that was cool. Like yeah, so there were a few things that I genuinely did enjoy about it, but yeah, overall, this was to me just another cheesy schlockfest, and yeah, I've changed my review on Letterboxd. I just put, fuck it, change my mind. This shit is amazing. And I've given it 4 stars now because yeah, it's any movie
Mm.
with that
No,
amount of
it's a really
montages.
good movie. It's kind of
It's
sad that
not.
like I don't remember a thing about the fifth movie, but I know
I
that's the
don't
one that
either.
everyone hates. And
Oh wow.
I think I gave it a really low rating too. What did I give it
It's the
Yeah.
last
fifth one
time?
where it's more like street fighting than boxing.
Yeah, I do remember
Yeah.
reading that they said a lot of the reaction is because the final fight is in the street rather than in the ring.
A
Yeah.
lifetime of taking shots has ended Rocky's career, and a crooked accountant has left him broke. Inspired by the memory of his trainer, however, Rocky finds glory in training and takes on an up-and-coming boxer. Oh, God, that sounds boring.
Yeah.
I gave
Yeah,
it 2 stars and it has a 2.5
yeah.
overall.
So did Liam. So did Fraser Jubb. I'm going to read Fraser Jubb's review if it's not too long.
Rocky 4 has 3.7 average rating, so
With Rocky
yeah.
5, Fraser Jubb says there's a touching flashback sequence with Mickey, which was nice to see. It really helped keep the heart and soul of the franchise still ticking. Side note, I only just realized he was the same actor that played the Penguin in the 60s Batman TV series. Jesus Christ, Fraser. This is meant to take place right after the events of Rocky 4. Oh, I hope we get a 10-minute recap of Rocky 4. Yet the kid aged 5 years somehow and is in a completely different stage of life. Brilliant. Also, the way Rocky loses all his money makes no sense at all. The character of Tommy was just too shallow. Rocky falling for him never makes sense. Yeah, falling for him? I don't know. Aside from the fact that they just ignore his brain injuries, the ending was a nice change of pace from all the previous installments. Well, there you go. I'm going to like that review, even though I haven't even seen the film yet. Well, I have a long time ago.
There
How
is
go no, go
oh,
ahead.
I was just going to say there is a director's cut of Rocky 4, which is
Yes,
on
it
the
doesn't
set
have the
that I
robot.
have. And I looked up quickly what the differences were.
Yeah,
And
no robot.
yes, okay. There's no robot. There's more of Rocky 3 in the beginning than just the fight,
'Cause that's what we
which
need.
really put me off. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
apparently, with all the new stuff that's in it, they took out other stuff. So it's
Mm,
still only a few minutes longer than
mm,
the theatrical. And apparently, in the Apollo fight and the way Stallone's hesitating with the towel and whatever, apparently there's stuff cut out. I think maybe they cut out the hesitation or something. Basically, the something that they have a scene of him feeling like it's his fault Apollo died, but they
mm.
cut out the things that go with that. So it
Mm,
just
Right.
seems weird. And so I was reading all the stuff and I was like, okay, maybe one day. But everyone
Yeah.
says the theatrical is better, and everyone's kind of like, oh, I wish they could sort of edit the two together. And so to
mm,
keep the things from the theatrical and add the things from
right,
Yeah.
the
right.
sort of, yeah, because they kind of added in some good things and I guess took out some good things because there's no robot, but they sort of took out other
What is the
things that
point?
shouldn't have been taken out.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
Why did Paulie change the robot's voice to be feminine?
Okay. Now,
Oh,
this is why we because he's
because
poorly.
he's the man.
It was the 80s. It was a very homophobic time. He doesn't want to be fucking a male robot. Okay. That's it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Just mute it.
Well, yeah, but it's probably yeah, it's like actually it was kind of ahead of its time really when you think about it because there's this whole thing nowadays where people are like getting into relationships with chat GPT and chatbots and things like
Yeah.
that. Um and yeah, like you can assign it a gender and stuff like that. So, it's just Stallone knew. He was aware that this sort of thing was going to happen one day, and so that was his commentary on
Hmm.
chatbots, I think. So that no one knew were coming except Stallone.
Definitely, yeah, definitely ahead of its time.
Yeah. But yeah,
It,
you did say in your review, like, was Paulie having sex with the robot? Like, this
yeah.
is an important subject, I think, that needs to be brought up. And I do believe that he was. I think that he found something on there that could accommodate little Paulie, which wouldn't need to be that big when you think about it. And yeah, think that he was finding a lot of pleasure in his robot.
So here's a question for you, Dan. Do you
Yes.
think that the robot could consent to having sex with Paulie?
Oh, yes, because that was part of its programming. I believe, Paulie was kind of like, it was, yeah, probably like chatbots where you can, give them instructions on
But
how to behave and things
is
like
it
that.
consent if you program it to say yes?
Oh, you're saying that programming is kind of like a technological roofie.
Yeah,
Um,
kind of, yeah.
oh my God. This,
Because that's
wow.
believable. That's the only way that Paulie could have a relationship because he's just such a
Yeah.
despicable character.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because no human woman would consent, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, look, maybe the robot took pity on. Maybe the robot knew this and was like, you know what? I'm gonna take one for all of womankind. And yeah, so maybe in that respect, there probably was an element of consent. Um, God damn, we could write an entire thesis on this, couldn't we?
I mean, unfortunately, we could.
Yeah.
But
Meanwhile, Frankie's just sitting there like, why did I ever start a podcast 2 years ago?
I have
Uh,
to say, at no point in the movie did I think, oh, I wonder if he's having sex with that robot.
so why
it's a
do you
guy
think he
thing.
changed the voice then?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought that he did it because obviously he would want it to be a woman robot, but I
Mm,
didn't think as because he wanted to have sex with it.
mm,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
But I
Maybe.
just thought he probably wanted to get away from a like super robot voice, and then,
Mm,
because he was picking, he wanted a female voice rather than a male voice.
It feels like an
Because
odd.
then she is his servant, so, woman in the kitchen kind of deal.
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
Because he
it
is that
feels like
he
such
does feel
a.
like a misogynist.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the
Mm.
way he's treated Adrian throughout like the
Mm,
previous movies.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Oh, I forgot that she's his sister. Wow. Well, yeah,
yeah.
that was never addressed. Yeah, fuck, I completely
Mm.
forgot that. Yeah, that's how
Which is
shallow this
probably the
movie
only
is.
reason he's still around. Although
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's still surprising that Stallone's just, or like Rocky is just cool with him
Yeah.
Mm,
Like Rocky seems
still is
really
there.
like sympathetic to him.
mm,
And there's been no scene so far that has justified that, as far
mm.
as I can tell.
Mm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, look, yeah, I guess they're there because they just have to be at this point. Like, Stallone couldn't
Yeah.
exactly write a script and not have them in it because that would be kind of weird. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
no, you
don't know.
just open it with Paulie's funeral and that would have made this movie better.
and Adrian's. Yeah,
I
like,
I'm okay with Adrian still. Like I would like her to be given
uh,
more, but I don't
yeah.
necessarily want her to be
She do you don't
removed.
Yeah, she doesn't annoy you the way that Paulie does, though, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
But
she's
like
harmless, but I don't know, just
the
like, two big graves and a small one for the kid, like, hey, they were in a car accident, like, just and that
No,
would
because then we need the kid to be grown up and coming back as Milo,
oh
what's his
yeah.
name? The
Yeah.
actor,
ventriloquist,
Milo Vin.
ventriloquist, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, we don't get him in the movie
Hmm.
That's
if
true.
there's no son.
What
Yeah.
did
And
we think?
Rocky Balboa is a really good movie too, which is
From
yeah,
memory,
Yeah.
I think I
to do with the
enjoyed
son.
that, but I don't remember
Mm.
it. Sorry, Liam, what were you gonna?
What did we think about Rocky's beard that he grows?
I
It
think
was
he actually
very
it
sculpted.
kind of worked for him, which
Yeah.
surprised me,
I thought it should have been
I
scruffier.
especially with the hat.
I thought it
But
Hmm.
it
was a
wasn't very
shame.
long.
No, but it's a shame that he got rid of it for the final fight.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you need two very smooth, oily, glistening men in the ring. And yeah, I don't think the beard would have worked personally.
Mm.
But that's just
Okay.
my
I mean,
thoughts.
that's
Yeah.
one opinion.
He needed to be smooth and streamlined and slippery. And yeah. Oh, not only that, but like all the makeup effects of like his face getting beaten to a pulp, like it probably
True.
would have
Yeah.
yeah, affected that.
And
Still, it
again,
was interesting enough to get it at least for the Russia training scenes.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Again,
but
interesting that none of the previous injuries that seemed really important in the previous movies are referenced
Yeah.
at all here.
I thought of that at one stage, maybe when Adrian was around, and then I was like, oh wait, what movie was it where he got that injury and the doctor said you should never fight again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like,
And
yeah, we're just
now
going to overlook
no one
that.
cares?
Whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. No, there's not a lot of
Well,
care and
not only
attention
no
to
one
detail.
cares, but also they they have him fight someone where they made a big song and dance about how hard he can punch.
Hmm.
Mm.
So it's just like you're really just sort of trying to kill him at this point, it feels
Yeah.
like.
Although
Yeah.
Fraser mentioned in his review about the injuries, so I don't know
Mm.
if he's just throwing back to that as well, or if they do kind of bring it back into the movie but then ignore it at the end.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, Fraser's review of this film, Rocky 4, if he dies, he dies. I've now seen the origin of that meme. I didn't know that was a meme.
Oh,
Best
I didn't know that
soundtrack
was a meme.
Best soundtrack in the franchise so far. That's basically the only thing I
Hmm.
liked. Apollo, in
Okay.
particular, didn't feel like the same character. His character values we've seen in the previous films were completely ignored. Any growth he's had is gone. Did not like how his character was handled here at all. Too many montages for one movie. Also, what is with this franchise and re-showing the last 5 minutes of the previous movie? It's just wasted time. The robot felt extremely out of place. Damn you, Fraser Jubb, you're wrong. Rocky 3 and 4 have extremely similar story beats, which is not a good thing. The ending in this one also felt extremely forced. I just remembered there was something else that I wanted to talk about, and I've been completely forgetting
I
to.
just want
Oh
to
yeah,
say before that, this movie does not have too many montages.
No.
I think it has the right amount of montages.
okay.
They were really with the music, which is the best music.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the montages.
Okay, I've got to make a mention of the editing in this film because the editing in this film is atrocious. Uh, there were so many scenes in this film, and if you guys ever watch this movie again, just really pay attention to the editing in this. Like, there's a lot of scenes that like have cuts that go too quickly. They go to things that just seem very random and out of place, like a random person's face looking at something or things like that. There was a lot of things that were just really all over the place where shots should have had time to breathe or whatever, but they go to these random bizarre
A lot of
places.
freeze frames.
The
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but yeah, aside from that, the actual like editing was really bad, and I really
I
noticed it
know.
last night. I hadn't noticed it when I watched it last month, but last night it really came to light. Like I was just kind of gobsmacked at how choppy the film was.
But
So
do
yeah.
you think that's because wasn't it like there's an extra hour that they shot that they cut out? So is that why the editing's so choppy? Because they've had to
Mm,
also like cut around huge like plot points that they've removed.
I just kind of got the feeling that whoever the editor was of this film was trying to inject energy into the scenes,
Mm.
but did it kind of bad because, like I said, they went to like random things that just kind of were like, well, why are we looking at that? Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, no. Oh, there were two
I
editors.
guess I
That's probably why there
have
was
an
two people doing it.
advantage to not being very technical in my
Yeah,
knowledge,
yeah.
so I
Mm.
Oh,
don't notice things like
one
that.
of the editors was the editor of Rhinestone. So there you go. He's a oh, actually, hang on. Which came first? What year was Rhinestone?
I can't remember.
That
It's
was
around the same time.
84. So
No,
that
just
was a year
before.
before this one.
Mm.
Yeah, so maybe he was like, well, I did Rhinestone. I want to do something a little bit punchier this time. No pun intended. Oh, and the other editor. Oh my, what? Um, the other editor has to his credits Liar Liar, Ace Ventura, Men in Black 3, Night at the Museum, Galaxy Quest, Bill and Ted Face the Music. Wow, he's done a lot of really great films. Oh, ooh, Navy SEALs. Um, yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Anyway, there you go.
I will
Um,
say this movie also did the thing that all Rocky movies should do, and the training montage made me feel motivated to get fit, which
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
yeah, is always a good thing.
I ate a box of Cheezels while I was watching this movie, so I can't really say that I was with you on that one.
I will
Um,
say,
yeah.
this the scene in the training montage where he's running along like the top of the mountain.
Hmm.
Mm.
It didn't make any sense to me how he got up there.
Oh, not
No,
at
he
Like
all.
as
definitely
part
did
of
not
his
run up
run.
there.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
was
it
running
just
up
seemed.
a slope, but it was not the top of a mountain.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But
Just
that
wanted the
was
helicopter shot and something to
yeah.
ramp up from the top of the steps.
yeah, but that was
Now
one of
he's
the
like,
things
top of the
that
mountain.
last night I was watching. I was like, how did I not think this is brilliant? Like, because yeah,
Mm,
he ran up a freaking mountain, whereas Drago would have just
yeah.
come along and punched the mountain into smithereens. But yeah, oh, that would have been amazing.
So I
Yeah.
did read that apparently there was supposed to, or I guess you can read into it, that the difference in the training montage, where Rocky's is all outside and he's facing the elements, and
Hmm.
Drago's is all inside,
Hmm.
is kind of helping to establish why Rocky wins, because Drago's so used to a controlled environment, whereas
Mm.
Rocky is having to constantly like change what he's doing based on the environment that he's facing.
Mm.
And when Drago was like starts bleeding and stuff, that's why Rocky gets the advantage because he's used to having to tweak his technique based on. I read it somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if I fully believe it, but it's a nice little take on the difference
I
between the
didn't,
two.
yeah, I didn't even think about that, but I did think about, obviously doing all your training and testing and whatever is not going to sort of control the fight because you're
Yeah,
dealing with
Mm.
another person. So it's going to be different from just all your internal training
Okay,
stuff.
here's a question. Do you think that Sylvester Stallone took a lot of his ideas, for that whole element from Return of the Jedi?
I haven't seen that movie for,
Because you got okay, Liam,
it's
hear
been
me
too
out.
long.
The
yeah,
end battle,
yeah,
you've got, Ewoks versus the Empire. You've got nature versus machine and technology.
yeah,
And of course, the Ewoks wind up triumphing using sticks and stones and rudimentary traps and
yeah.
things, compared to the Empire's machinery and everything. Like, do you think Sylvester Stallone, like, took that to heart and was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to make this into my movie. And yeah, Drago was the Empire and Rocky was an Ewok.
I can see that, but if more than anything, it's making me rethink was Return of the Jedi more of a talk about America and Russia that I hadn't picked up
Mm.
on.
Oh man, honestly, if they should have had an Ewok standing at the end, like, talking Ewokese, but with a subtitle,
Yeah,
about how, like,
if
if
you
if
can
I can
change and I
change,
can change, yeah,
George Lucas, if oh no, you don't own Star
Mm.
Wars anymore. Kathleen Kennedy, if you are listening to this podcast, which I know you are, we want another special edition of Return of the Jedi, one that features a Rocky-esque speech by an Ewok at the end of it about how people can change or creatures can
Yeah.
change or whatever. Like, yeah, we need that. Uh, yeah.
So one of the things I like about this movie that it made me think about is I always think it's impressive when a franchise gets to like the fourth entry
Hmm.
and just does something a bit different. So like with Rocky, they send him to Russia.
Hmm.
I kind of dig that. My favorite of all time example, which I think we've probably spoken about, is Leprechaun, when the fourth one they send him to space.
Space,
And
yeah.
I feel like that's the way to keep a franchise going is by number four,
Hmm.
just send them somewhere batshit.
Right, right, right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so you got me thinking now, if Deadly Prey had ever gotten to a fourth installment, where would they have sent Mike Danton? I don't know. Space. Oh, yeah. Anyway, um, yeah. No, I'm trying to think of other franchises where the fourth one went crazy. I don't know.
Oh,
Um,
there's got to be more out there, surely.
well, it's got to be. I mean, I'm thinking of like the big ones like Freddy and Jason stuff, but they didn't really do any. Oh, actually. Was it? Oh no, it was the fifth one in the Friday series where it was like maybe not a real Jason and stuff.
Yeah.
That was the fifth one. The fourth Elm Street was just fairly standard fare again.
What was the fourth Hellraiser?
Oh God, I've omitted a lot of those films from memory.
The
Um,
fourth Halloween's pretty good because that's the one that introduces what's her face? Danielle Harris.
yeah, yeah, right.
Mm.
Um, but they didn't send Michael to space or Compton or
They've never
somewhere.
really sent him anywhere interesting though, have they?
No, I know they haven't, and yeah, shame on them.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've run out of things to say about Rocky 4.
How? There's so much more we could talk about.
Is there though? Is there? Name one thing. Go on.
But again, I feel like we haven't spoken enough about Adrian's character arc.
Did she have one?
Yeah.
She was there.
There you go. That's her character arc. She was
It's
there.
like when she's been hounded by the media when she comes home
Yeah.
Mm,
and she's just like yelling out to them, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like,
mm.
wouldn't
Oh,
she just
actually,
run
something that we haven't
inside?
spoken about is because I mentioned this in my review. Why do you think they didn't make this more Christmassy? Because they've set it
Mm.
on December 25th, but there is not a Christmas tree at all in this movie.
Well,
And
no.
there was opportunity to, because you when it
Mm,
cuts back to the kids watching the fight,
hmm.
stick a Christmas tree in
Mm.
there. Like
Yeah.
the argument of is Die Hard a Christmas movie? 100% I can justify why it is.
Yeah.
But this one,
Hmm.
I don't think there's enough justification to have it enter that argument, and I think that's
All
a
right.
shame.
Is Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie?
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh God. Are
Okay.
you
There you
mentioning
go.
all these movies I haven't seen for years? I don't even remember Lethal Weapon now.
Hey,
Doesn't like
I've
the
got
big
to.
fight end around a Christmas tree or something in Lethal Weapon?
You guys get to talk about like, current movies that I don't get to watch. So I've got to rely on movies that I saw 20 years ago or whatever. Like, yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen
Um,
Lethal Weapon since I was a kid and I have a bad memory, so I don't remember anything.
yeah. Well, yeah. Um, but yeah, no, this one absolutely not a Christmas movie because yeah, there's a the scene takes place at Christmas, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's not enough
But
of an
then
element in there.
why bother having it take place on that date?
Hmm. Hmm. Did they
Like,
mention that in the movie? I can't remember.
there was a line about it, but it feels like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it would have been a missed opportunity to like have Rocky coming out in a Santa suit, to the ring, or coming down on a sleigh or something, like, a bit more theatrical. I know that he was all about the seriousness, like, hey, I gotta avenge my
Yeah.
friend. But yeah, like, I mean, that would have been amazing, but they didn't do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it seemed pretty pointless, but let's face it, there is a very long list of things in this film that are pointless. So why not
Yeah,
have
Oh,
it
another
that
still
one?
song,
works.
the song that Paul is listening to when he's roasting marshmallows is a Christmas song.
Oh, well,
My
that, in
fairy
that case,
Joe
this is absolutely a Christmas movie then. No.
I'm just
Uh,
reading this thing about whether it qualifies. I
right,
just
right.
wanted to see if there was anything came up about a reason why they set the fight on Christmas
Hmm.
Day.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
one thing I did like was Apollo's trainer, like stepping in and helping Rocky out, and him being there in Russia as well, and like the little chess scene.
Yeah, I did find it a bit
Oh.
weird when he said that line about how Apollo, he was kind of like a father to Apollo, and I was like, aren't you guys the same age? Like,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that was a bit strange to me, but
But apparently, the
mm.
actor is some sort of like chess champion,
Oh,
and
okay.
he
Interesting.
played against Stanley Kubrick when they were filming The Shining.
Oh,
I read that
really?
on some of the trivia.
Ah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
okay, that's interesting.
And then
Um,
I had to think, when the hell was he in The Shining? And try and figure
yeah.
that out.
And what did you come up with? Because I can't remember.
He's listed because I can only remember what's his face, the caretaker dude,
Hmm.
Yeah.
the one that talks about him having the shine.
Scatman Crothers who played him. I can't remember the
Yeah,
character's name.
but
Uh,
apparently he is in it as another character.
oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember. Um, yeah. Anyway, uh,
So okay, so what would you say the current global conflict is that we need to solve, and do we think that Sylvester Stallone is the man to do it?
oh my God. Well, it'd have to be a Rambo movie, and he'd have to go into the Middle East, and because that's probably the biggest hotspot in the world right now. And yeah, he would single-handedly rescue and free Palestine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe one where he's doing that, another one where he's doing like Ukraine and Russia,
yeah, yeah. Um,
and then they could do a little crossover
oh
where
man.
Stallone's playing Rambo and Rocky. I'd watch that, to be honest.
Or Rocky goes in and frees Palestine somehow, maybe a boxing match with Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't know. And Paulie's sex robot goes and liberates Ukraine and fights Russia. Because Rocky's already fought Russia. Well, he can't do that again. That'll just be old hat. So,
Yeah, and the sex robot could just be playing a loop of Rocky's speech to remind the Russians of.
yeah. I mean, I was going to say, like, like has all these compartments that lift up with like rockets and flamethrowers and grenades and shit. But no, I
Oh
much
yeah, you could
prefer.
do that, I guess.
No, 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 no. I much prefer yours. Like, it's just got that speech on loop. And eventually the Russians is like, oh, we don't have to listen to this again. We are going to leave this country. Which is more Count Dracula than Russia. Hey, at least it was better than Brigitte Nielsen's accent. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah, we're really reaching for things to talk about now, aren't we?
I think that's everything I wanted to
That's
talk
fun.
about.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's good. All right. Well, for those of you who have made it this far through the episode, congratulations. You win the heavyweight champion belt. Or a
Oh,
robot
one
butler.
final thing we need to do.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Um, what are our current rankings of the franchise?
Um, ooh. Oh, come on. Because do I rank the first one first because it was, like a good movie, or do I rank the third one because of how woefully bad it was and how much I loved it because of that? I don't know. Um, okay, 1, 3, 4, 2.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
be
close to
fair.
you. I'm close
Mm,
to you. Mine is 1, 4, 3, 2.
right, right. And Frankie, what about you?
Actually, I'm the same as Liam.
Right, right.
1432.
Fair enough. No, I still prefer the third one. Like I would actually willingly go and watch that one again as opposed to this one. Like, yeah, I got a lot more entertainment value. I mean, God, just
Yeah,
that
just
opening
I'm not a
five
fan
minutes.
of Clubber Lang, so that still
Oh,
is a bit of an
I
anti thing, whereas I think I
hmm.
really like Drago, so sort of
Well, I
better
yeah, I
pity,
almost feel
opponent.
like
I pity
And the
the fool who doesn't
montages
like
and the
him.
music and the Russian landscape,
yeah.
or at
Hmm.
Although
least
I
snowy
will say,
landscape, wherever they filmed it.
So this is my reason why four trumps three, because I do like three, but my
Yeah,
favorite
three's
thing
good.
in three is the little montage where they're at the beach and they have the little hug. I love
Mm,
that.
That, yeah,
But
that would be one of, we
we
should do a top moments.
mm, but we
yes.
get that moment in the montage of
Yes.
four, and
Yeah.
that's why I like
Mm.
four because you've got the little bit in between. It's all of the like highlights of the previous movies.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like what does this movie have that you could want more of? Because it's like it's just got everything. It's basically everything that it was doing in three.
Mhm.
I think this does better.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah, I
No, that's
forgot that was
absolutely
another
fair enough.
montage where he goes driving and thinks about his memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief. Cool. All right. Well, for those of you who have now made it this far, I don't know what the previous people won the heavyweight champion belt. What do we give them now? Like now they've gone even further. Like they've gone another round with us. What do they get?
Mr. Universe.
Yeah, okay. You win, Mr. Universe. He will do anything you want him to. You can program him to. Yeah, no, never mind. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here for now. So, if you guys want to, if you're watching this on YouTube, chime down in the comments and thingy down below. Like, what is some of your favorite moments of Rocky 4? And indeed, what is your ranking of the four Rocky films that we've been through so far? And if you're listening to this out in out on the wireless. You can find us on social media. We're everywhere. Just go to Google, go Dan and Frankie Go to Hollywood, and you'll find us everywhere. You can email us. We've got a fancy email machine that is just like going constantly 24 hours a day. Which is Dan and Frankie podcast at gmail.com or outlook.com. Just pick one or pick both. Send us two emails. We love that. But yeah, in the meantime, we're out of here. Mr. Liam Underwood, thank you so much once again for joining us. And
Thank
yeah,
you for
we're
having
gonna.
me.
Oh, that's all right. No, I've got a feeling that the fifth one could be an interesting chat, being that it's so critically and panned and hated by everybody. But yeah, we will see. Yeah, in the meantime, yeah, stay safe, watch lots of Rocky movies, and bye for now.